Yo, thanks for tuning in to the 60th episode of J Talks Crypto. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about wallet security. I guess this episode is kind of like an impromptu episode of terrible Bitcoin analogies. This dude that I follow, his name is kind of like Shinobi. He's been on P. McCormick's podcast a couple of times. He made this article called Weighing the Options of Bitcoin Private Key Management. And I thought it was a really good article. But it's kind of like very lengthy, and then like most people are probably not going to read it. So instead of doing something like where I just like read the article, I'm gonna just kind of give my own thoughts on the similar topic, because I think we're kind of like on the same page, but just, you know, putting my own spin on it. So here it goes. So I personally view Bitcoin security as a ladder. You know, and you're supposed to start ladders at the first step, not the top. So, you know, it's just like, that's one of the things that's a little bit confusing with the Bitcoin shit, and choosing like, you know, you hear about like, oh, like, what wallet do I use? What type of wallet do I use? How do I secure my shit? And, you know, with Bitcoin wallet, you can start anywhere the fuck you feel like it. And, you know, one of the things that makes it very hard in recommending what you should use is that everyone has completely different threat models or attack vectors. And that's why there's no one size fits all option. So like, I can't tell you, yo, you should definitely do this one method that I personally use, or like for what fits for me, because I don't know what's going on with your shit. Like, you know, maybe like something that works for me is way too fucking complicated for you to use. So if you were to attempt it, you would fucking fail and then lose all your money. So that's like the gist of it. And you know, now I guess I'm gonna go over the two main types and kind of like give my thoughts on it. So the first one is called single signature, single sig. And the benefits are that it's very easy. It's like one seed, which is 12 to 24 words, and you fucking just store that shit. You fucking hide that shit in a book or like a note. I personally recommend people get like a dedicated like notebook for it, because keeping just a piece of paper, you can lose it. But this is like with the fucking you are on page 0 with like technology kind of shit. And you know, one of the downsides of it is that it's a single point of failure. If someone fucking finds it, the shit is gone. Like, you know, everything is theirs. Like, even like if you use a passphrase, if they find it, realistically, unless you use like another full 12 to 24 word seed, they're gonna crack that shit too. So you can do that, but like I said, it depends on your threat models, because it's like, if you're the type of person where like storing 12 to 24 words and keeping it secure is something that sounds difficult or challenging, then, you know, adding a fucking even more complex passphrase, like, what does that do for you? You know, you're just making it harder for yourself in the future, if that's like your personality style, I guess. Multisig wallets is the other kind, the main one, I guess. And so it's like significantly more complex. The gist of it, that's what it is. It's harder to set up. You need multiple hardware wallets. Essentially, you do like a 2 or 3 thing, 3 or 5. And like I said this in my last video, which was kind of like the inspiration for this video. You know, you're doing kind of like a Harry Potter combining the Horcruxes shit. And so this part's a little bit technical, but one of the problems with, it's like, if you lose your fucking seed, one of the seeds in a multisig, and you don't have a different backup of the public key, you have no way to recover it And without that public key, you can't essentially regenerate the address that you made. I'm going to restate that. So in order to make a multisig, right? Like, let's say you, like, just for simplicity, let's say you choose to set up a 2 out of 3 multisig. Essentially, you need to take 3 hardware wallets, and you need to take their public addresses. How do I explain this to people in a very simple way that don't know shit? So just to give a brief explainer, your private seed essentially creates all of your addresses, and that private seed can also spend from every address that it generates. Your public key does the same thing, but it can't spend from it. I think, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure that a private key can generate different kinds of public addresses. So when you're setting up like a 2 of 3 multisig, you need all of the wallets when you're first setting it up, and then you need a copy of all of the public addresses that were used to create that wallet. I hope that was clear, because I struggled through that. But as I struggled to explain that to you, you can kind of see where the complexity lies. Because that shit sounds way more fucking complicated than writing fucking 12 to 24 words onto a piece of paper. And so it's like there's a whole bunch of things that like go in to all of them, because now you have 3 copies, right? What if one of those copies are compromised in some way? Like, where do you have your shit together enough where you can physically separate those copies, and then them shits isn't going to be compromised? But that's actually on the other side of it, that's one of the good things, because it's like it gives you breathing room in case if one of the keys are compromised. So it's all just about figuring out what are your actual threats and what your own personality and technical capabilities are. And yeah, because it's like you can have all the protection in the world, but what is that protection gonna do if you can't even fucking control it yourself? It's like having a big ass gun, and what's the point of having a big ass gun if you have no idea how to load it? You're better off having like a fucking bow and arrow that or a bat, then fucking it's like if you're in that kind of situation, it's like if you have no idea how to load a gun, it's better just take a bat and hit someone with it, than just like hitting them with the fucking pistol whipping them, I guess. Oh man. So since this is terrible Bitcoin analogies, I did want to go over why the Bitcoin security ladder is a bad analogy. And with an actual physical ladder, it's pretty much impossible to start at the top. You can't fucking teleport to the fucking top of the house or some shit to get to where you want to go to with ladder. And it's like a ladder is universal. Like if anyone wants to get to the top of the house, anyone wants to change the light bulb, you need to start at the top, at the first step, and go all the way up. With Bitcoin, and your wallet security and shit like that, it's different. Like you can fucking start with, if you really wanted to, you could start with a fucking 7 out of 10 multi-sig setup, and no one's gonna tell you no. You can do the fucking Yeti cold storage and fucking go to a fucking a fucking 1990s early 2000s computer store, buy a fucking Linux laptop and a pack of CDs and start there if you really fucking wanted to. That's there's this fucking thing called Yeti cold storage where this dude he tells people that the only way to properly secure your Bitcoin is to like fucking meet some dude in a fucking parking lot, and you're in a mask. You pay him in cash to get like a laptop from 2003. Uh, and then you do like fucking shit with mad CDs, and that's how you secure your Bitcoin. So the point of this is that like you can literally start wherever you want if you want, and everyone has a different opinion on it. Nobody has a different opinion on how to fucking climb a ladder, or most people don't, as far as I know. But this video is getting kind of long, probably kind of dumb, and yeah. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You guys know I hate fucking asking, pero my name is JTC60, and I am signing off.